Well, seems like we should be here. All right, all right. I actually have a plan. Sometimes when it's just opening up, it takes a few minutes to figure out what it wants to do. All right, so let's go up here. We will, I think, start with this station. So we have a main line that kind of starts here. It goes to St. Paul. And then we have another main line that goes from Hayward down to High Point. Boom. We have yet another, I call it a main line, goes through to Hialeah all the way down to Upper Las Vegas. Boom. And then we have what I call another main line that picks up at St. Paul and takes us down to Oceanside East. So we kind of have the whole map covered, right? Yes. Except we don't really loop into Huntington Beach, and everything over here is inefficiently serviced by boat, which I thought would be cool, but it's really not. So I've started to create the mainline service by just no. Getting jumpy now. With these two guys. So I'm thinking, does the main line go like in two loops, or is it gonna go all the way around? That's an interesting question, right? So I guess to solve that, we just have to practice it. So we've got the two big trains that end up in St. Paul, and to practice this, we can take this train, right, and send it to a depot so that it's eventually gonna go to a new depot, and then it won't be in our way when we set the main line there on further. Ooh, yeah. So St. Paul is where we would have to add some more stations. So I don't know how this is going to work. Lower Lexington, and then Oceanside East, but I don't know if I take it. I don't think I'm going to have it stop in Lower Lexington. Nah, maybe I should, because that's a pretty good haul. And Lower Lexington then goes to St. Paul, and then out to Dayton, and then Ontario, and then Greensboro, and then Hayward East, and then Hayward East, Greensboro. So that those two trains are going to take care of all that now. I think that will work, but we'll see how that beds in and go from there. So we will now need to feed things into that main line, right? And feed things off of it. So good uncomplicated place to start is in Fort Worth. So we have the mainline train is going to come in through to here. They're producing steel, and eventually the mainline drops stuff off at this truck stop, and we truck it in to Fort Worth, which is fine. We don't get a lot of stuff in here, but it comes in. Passenger-wise, we have line 8 that takes people to Greensboro, which is not that exciting, but people want to travel out of there. We don't really have very good passenger services through here. Got this one line here that goes through here, but I'm not going to worry so much about that right now. To give people some passenger traveling, I'll just give them a bus, a horribly long bus from here to maybe Fort Worth, and if they want to go someplace other than Fort Worth, I guess that's something they can do, right? Yes, it is. It is something they could do. But you can take trains from Hayward to the other side, but right here we're just gonna do buses. And I finally got my mod things to work, right? We have fancy bus stations and the like. I think we're just gonna try and plop something in here. I think that works. Like that, you know. The bus can just tidy around. But I think we'd want to have the bus station close to the railroad. Yeah, I think so. Look at that. That's beautiful. So it does talk to all the things. And yeah, that's kind of an annoying bus station, but you know, if it's not raining, we'll be happy. They'll be happy. So let's give that a new line. And that'll be from there to there. Yes, we'll make that. We'll call it, what should we call it? Hayward to, call it Fort Worth. We want to just do it all. Yep. Bus. Intra-city bus. Yeah, we'll do that. That looks pretty good. All right, and now we can do a bus. So let's just do something simple. I kind of like the, you know, I'm not a big e-bus anything, but we're gonna do that. And try and name stuff as we do it too. Otherwise we end up with some weird. Ooh. See, we got big long freights, and I double-headed them with diesels. But they will wait, because there's probably a guy up here waiting to come in on that line. Now, signals are not my forte, but I think if I put a signal here, boop, 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 our train might move. No. Waiting for a free path, so I don't know why. Unless this guy's come up. See, that guy's waiting for a free path too. So he's got a red light there. We're not actually getting any work done here. So this signal says stop. That's not what I wanted to do. So part of the signals is to efficiently use the track and put blocks in there so that other people can use the track too, right? The good thing is we're getting coal now on here, right? We get coal and it goes to there, but it still goes on the main line, which is kind of irritating because we do kind of just need steel here. And that just pumps it in, so we got lots of ore. Now the main line is coming up. For all intents and purposes, they should pick up steel. Yeah, so we're floating steel out into the world now. And mutually blocked. Yep, that's what I thought. So we have to put a diamond here. And I knew this was going to happen. Just... that's possible. But to do it a little earlier. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn you around so I can get some room. There. I'm gonna do that diamond here because otherwise we've got curves that allow us not to do it. Why do you... Oh, that's because those two lines are not flat. Let's try this. Again. Too much curvature. So we've created a mess here, so that's good. Nothing wrong with a big mess. Heading for depot. Who's heading for the depot? You are waiting for a free path. You are... I don't know why that's going to the depot. Not what I wanted. Anyway, so let's see what happens here. Maybe they can clear out. You should be able to clear out now. Like in a minute. Come on. I don't know why you're going to a depot. Yes. Shouldn't be doing anything like that. I'm so happy I've got this figured out. It got like a plan and then it's completely broken immediately. Yeah, that was going to a depot. That's why it was going to the depot there, because it was going the wrong way. That's why I sent that train to the depot. I remember now. I remember. So, okay. Maybe it's not broken. So we think that's going to be okay up there. It probably won't be, but that train is going to go to a depot, and who knows where it's going to go now. So that train will come into here. Yes, double slipped. Hopefully it'll start making money again. A lot of coal and stuff like that. We got $1 million. Got a good sound pack on this. This is that train. This train is currently floating up from down south. See how that all beds itself in. A lot of messy, ugly stuff, so forgive me. Just curious to see how it works its way through the first lap. But then there's lots of things to do, so we're gonna have to. We got trucks bringing stuff into different areas. We have a lot of stone, a lot of gravel on the line. Sure would like to, have a steel train, but I don't know yet. Those two middle platforms are for the main line. It's a pretty hefty train, so eventually it's going to be. She's pretty full, so we can probably eventually put more trains on here. We're probably gonna really have to work at blocking it and stuff like that. So we should have a freight here. Yeah, so G dropped off a pretty good amount. At least he's taking something different freight-wise, right? This is the train going into Cambridge. Yeah. I think those two trains should be able to make their way around the system. And then as that stuff is working, we could look over here. Have a good amount of goods at that station. And where are you right now? Autosave has you. So you're not making a ton of money, but I think you will. And this is the other kind of main line on main train on this line. Not one specific line, I put two lines. And that's part of what we'll probably end up doing, is having maybe two lines on that other one. And hopefully 2 trains on them. Big tunnel. So the longer we can carry the freight, the more money we make. And you're going into Las Vegas. Las Vegas does have a significant passenger situation going here too. Where's the train? Here comes the train. We could probably put another passenger service on there, or another train. I'd like you to start delivering more stuff for the town down the line there. And all you end up, we drop off here is steel. And then everything kind of makes its way over to here. And to here. Which I had thought would be my kind of mainline end of station, and it could be. It could be. But I think I'd like to loop this track around to here, or even through here. We could take it through here, but I think I'd have to just add track, and it would be on the outside of it. And what I would do probably is bring it into here and move these 2 tracks out to there. So I think that's what I want to do. At least we get the loop built, right? And everything starts to come in, and we still have this service here that is going to feed along here, and maybe we take the train back over there. I'm not really sure, but for now I'm going to pop that out there, and I am not going to go with electric. It's going to be diesel. So there we go. It could be, well, it's probably going to have to be tricky up here, because we're going to make a big mess up on top of that hill. So I think I'll go up. We go up. That's not. Keep it level. Okay. It's going to be a curve because I want to try and keep some speed. $87 miles an hour. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Ah, 186. That's pretty good. And it's gonna pop right into here, and we're gonna end up disrupting a few things here. How does that look through that? Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. Okay. So we're gonna come along here. We have this insane little station thing up here, which is probably gonna, maybe we'll have to put that on something else, do something else with that. We produce quite a bit of lumber loggy things out of there, so yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Let's put it on pause, because we're gonna have to change this up. Otherwise, we're not gonna get a train through there. And yeah, I do like having the novelty of the train that goes back and forth. So I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be nope. It's gonna be that. Ooh, yeah, we did put some fancy buildings in. Not a lot. It doesn't have to be very long. It can actually be quite short. As long as it talks to everything, we are golden. It'll be interesting. As long as it talks to it. There. There we go. Tracks, no. Doesn't have to be fast. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's not gonna, it's just gonna go boom like that. Nah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I can be pretty happy. It's not gonna be fast. It doesn't have to be fast. It just, like I said, it's for novelty reasons. Yeah, let's do that. And hopefully I can put a depot. We'll just put a depot here because we're not going to connect anything else to it. Buildings, depot. Shift that around there. Well, I hope it works. It will work. Okay. So before we do that, let's put it back on there. Manage vehicles. It's profitable. Boom. Just sell you. Okay. This will have to be destroyed. Boom. Yes. Yes. We'll just get rid of all this. Alright. Look at that road. That's a pretty bad connection, so I'm just gonna fix it. Just fix it. Don't need that. Don't need that. Streets. Country road. Cancel. Maybe it's that country road. Not like that. We're not. There. That looks a little bit better. Alright, let's make a line here. Let's make a line. We got a new line. There was a line. I wonder. No. Oceanside logging. Let's call that. OCNSDE logs. That works. And then we'll go into here. And we're going to buy a train, and it's going to be steam. I think I've got a Shay. Hope I didn't mess that up. I got a lot of trains. Probably more than I need. Aha, there we go. We can do... I don't think we need a big one. Let's do let's just do that bad guy. Alright, and then we've got cargo. Flat car with stakes. Skeleton log. I had the huge logs in there, so we'll add 2, 3, 4. All right. Put that on Oceanside logs. Boom. Should come out. That one we gotta watch slowly. Logging trains are, these kind of locomotives are made for extreme things, so not gonna worry about it. So it's kind of cool. They'll show up on the... They should show up there as large logs. And we will... Probably the best train there is. We are going to manage that line, so when they're at Huntington Beach Exchange, they wait for a full load. And that will show up into our... Probably show up over here or the truck station. Yeah, they'll show up in there. There she comes. I think I got the right side station. It gets to be a pretty good, profitable little line. And they'll show up there right away, so all's good. Best part. Alright, let's go into here again. I don't know if I need a tunnel. Do I need a tunnel? Well, it is... I'd like to... hug the side of the hill there. Like such. I guess if we're gonna need a tunnel, it's not a bad place for one. Should nice, pretty good swooping curve there. How is this lovely gonna go? Yeah, not exactly what I want to have in mind here, but it might make sense because otherwise it's really not going to work, is it? All right, I'm going to go with that. And I don't want to get rid of that road there either because I think that road's pretty cool. Well, let's see what we get. This would be quite the struggle, I think, going through here. But it is a struggle. Can we bring it around somewhere else? Now, would this be good for a mainline station? I don't know. It probably wouldn't hurt to drop stuff off here. I was going to make that an embankment. Well, why not? Okay, so if we want to do a pass-through station here, because we could just run through there. I don't know. We do kind of need to have a road there. Gonna go with train. Tracks. What's that? That we don't need. Okay, doesn't have to be big because not. Got some tendrils working there, right? Probably should have left the truck there. Level crossings. They're not evil. Some people think they are. Ooh, line 8. Trucks. Yeah. That's okay. We'll give you another station eventually. And bring you back out here. Well, you can go pretty straight too. You can just do a nice cut through there, right? Okay, let's do that. Ooh, the bus station has to go, has to go. Line 8 won't care anymore. Let's do a pause. See, we put a terminating station here because we thought we were going to terminate here. But this is a freight. That's okay. We're going to run through here with a track. And we're going to put a platform. Well, I don't know. Did we screw this up already? Let's see. We may have. Yes, we did. So let's go back through here. And configure. Yes, we will put track. Like such. And a platform for cargo-esque things. And we can always. Oh, look at that. That's going to be a problem. Always a problem. Oh, we're going to probably take that out. Yes. All right. All you guys got to go. This one is no longer in service anyway. I think we can make it just look nicer even coming in, hey? Alright, let's bring that track in. That is Canary. Give these all a good situation. Alright, so now we do have some other buildings. That's a big one, and we're not going to use that. Be kind of fun, wouldn't it, though? How does that work? Group B, oh my god, there's like massive amounts of stuff in there. Configure Group A, I have no idea. Oh, there's the tracks. Ooh. You really can just go crazy in this, can't you? That's the road part of it, and this is, oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Yes. Like $1 million for a station, but I don't think we need that. But we will get this. Come on. Shift around. You will take 4 tracks, and we're gonna put a big one in there. Track high speed catenary. All right, so you will have to go on there. Yes, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm gonna put you right in town there. Boom. Haha. Best thing ever happened to this town. Tracks, high speed, yes. Okay, all cargo. We're gonna need passenger services too. Yes. Yes, we will. So let's start our cargo out here. Boom. That's okay. I think I can do this. Configure. Sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it. Now we'll put pastures stuff here. Buildings, pastures. And we made it too small. Perfect. I don't. Well, I think what's going to have to happen. I guess we really did kind of mess with this poor city. Sure hope that's going to be enough. I did not want to kill the entire town. That's going to be our bus thing. But it gives us an opportunity to have some fun. Ooh, that's not good. Why you want to do that? That looks good. Right, so we actually have to take some out. Put our bus station in. Buildings. Like that. Okay. Guess we have to destroy more. Yeah. No, I didn't want to do that. Pardon me. Let's try that. And do city, right? Does that make sense to do that? Yeah, do that. And we'll do that. Perfect. Is it perfect? It is. Right. I think it's perfect. It'll look nice. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. There's the depot. So, we're gonna manage you and sell you. Yes. Yes. Okay, then I can destroy that. And I can run out of the road. Okay, we are gonna wait a little on running the road out. Oh, we gotta do that. I think we'll put that in a short amount of time. Okay, so that's gonna be our freight line there. So we are going to probably through there. Boom, tracky track. Well, we do not want that to happen, do we? It's kind of a curve there. Our main goal with this will be to kind of connect it up and make sure it works, right? And this will be one of our passengers lines. And we're going to put it there. Yes. Perfect. Right. I'm going to just let it go for right now. They have problems. Okay. What train are you? You have to go to here, Upper Los Huntington Beach Exchange. Okay. You should go now. Yeah, no path. Well, maybe. Well, I think it's very possible that you were kind of decimated in our destruction. Let's just sell you. Yeah. Sometimes just selling the train is the best idea. Alright, we have... Well, we're going to have this here, so... That was on the outside? Yeah, let's do that on the outside. Okay. Just fantastic. It is. It's just fantastic. You don't get anything better than this, do you? Nope. We have to come back here and move these things around. So let's pause again. Move that around. And get this track, and I think we're going to keep electric on there. Boom. Wanted to bring you in as... Oh wait, what did we do there? Yeah, that is what we want to do. And then I want to take... Oh yeah, this will be fun. Yes, that'll be interesting. Oh, no, it won't be. Okay. This is where the main line comes in, I think. Doot, 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 doot. That is the main line. We're going to just move you around a little bit. Right. Yes. Okay. little bit. I think that'll work. Gotta kind of change everything I was doing. So I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. So we have to come back here. And the main line is actually probably going to go on the outside. We will refrain from connecting that up until I know what the heck I'm doing, right? Boom. Yeah, because then you'll go backward. Kind of basically just do what you were doing. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's just let the trains run now. You know what you're doing, right? St. Louis. Perfect. Oh no, 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 no. Gonna drop stuff off. Yeah, I'm just gonna go boom and boom. But you should just stay on the line you're on, really. Right? Yep, that's what you should be doing. Perfect. All right. Main. Haha. Managed line. Okay. So after Oceanside East. Add a station. I don't actually think you need to stop here. You're gonna bring stuff in and then you can take it out. That's what we're gonna do. Right. Menu hardware. And what is your problem? Yep, we should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And now we're gonna connect this here to there. All right. Now we'll dabble in the world of the main line. Manage line. And it should break, so that's excellent. Oceanside East. And then Oceanside East. We're gonna go here. Add station. No, we don't need it twice. Oceanside sightings. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Why not? We can always take it out. And should bring you. Oof. That'd be an interesting big loop. Oh, perfect. Upper Las Vegas. Can we get you all the way around here without a problem? I think we can. High point transfer. Okay. Right. Come on. Main. Manage line. So we should have all this. Upper Las Vegas, high point transfer. Okay. All right. High point transfer. At this point now we're going to have to kind of double back. Upper Las Vegas. We're not going to stop there. Oh, that's going to be a big line. Right, where are you? Waiting for main path. Waiting for a free path. That's fantastic. Where are you? Someone needs. Oof. Probably needs a signal here. That's excellent. Yeah, that's that train. Yeah, now we need to figure this out. Well, I'm gonna try. Well, I mean, what? Thought it'd be fun. Okay. You're going out that way. Right. Dang it, why don't any of these things work for me? Because my track is shit. Come on, trainy trains. You should go. I have to somehow figure out how to make this work. Or right both in the middle. Well, I think it's because on the way back. Okay. On the first go about of Lower Lexington, we're over here. Right now that might work. Yeah, we have to kind of switch which docks they go into, which, not docks, but you know what I mean. $6 million years later. Be an interesting run now. But now you're at Lower Lexington. Why do you want to? Well, that's overall going to be fun. Just close you. Main. Okay, yeah. That's probably the other route around, maybe. I don't know. It is. Okay. So that's a back time around. I'm going to just try and look at this, and then I might be done. So this is probably the 9th stop, yeah? We may have to put more track on here. What is this track? Well, maybe we'll run it into there. Maybe. Main. Manage line. And this is 8. And 1. Oceanside East. Comes in here. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe we want it to go into one. So it comes right off of orange. But there's a possibility that there's no way that that track can get there. Perfect. That makes sense. Nobody wanted that tree either. Now you can go. Now you can go. You. You're just not going to do anything right, are you? Trying to figure out how to get all the trains everywhere. I'm giving up for tonight. So somehow you got on the wrong track. That's all I'm saying. It might be okay. I highly doubt it, though. There are no trains on that. Manage line. Yes. You were kind of messed up, too. I just want to see if it goes anywhere. It is supposed to be... I think it... Maybe it'll make it... Please do the thing. Oceanside East. And the other guys have to play Oceanside East. Ah, because... Okay, I'm going to just put a little bit of track in here. Right, that might work. It'll work for a while. I'm just going to zip it up and see if we can get a train in here and then have it leave. they got a building there. Okay. So it kind of want to have it go one loop to the next, right? So we'll bring you bricks, and hopefully we'll take bricks away. It should be a full train, so that's kind of nice. I am curious to see how it goes, navigates the new situation we have up here. Yeah, we get bricks and wood and planks. Kind of weird. They have nothing. They brought nothing to us. See how this track looks. Doesn't look too bad. Tunnel. That's a nice little stop. Oh, I think it's going to get quite popular over time. We got these guys waiting on logs. More tunnel. I need to resolve that train situation. Who's Dallas River Goods mainline passengers? Oh, I know why. I know why. These guys will get going eventually. Maybe they get all the goods. You get nothing and like it. Eventually, oh yeah, we gotta hook up truck service. Gotta hook up some truck service. We don't really have a full loop, so that's next. We'll have to put a full loop in, because these guys are going to go backwards now. Hopefully they drop. And to make this more efficient, that's gotta go. And I think that this line here has to be brought in to the station here. So, but that was a quick fix. Fixity boop 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 thing. I have 1 million passengers there. And I want to see how this works out here, and I want to see where the other train is. Ooh. That's a big platform. Only 1 million. That kind of sucks. Which one is this? Where are you? You're in Ontario. So overall, that line is making money. And up for most of the part, we got double back on stuff, so that's good. They're actually starting to get materials, some in there. But we have knocked out some of the trains. That's good. Balance-wise, I think we have a few unprofitable passenger lines and truck lines. We're gonna eat away at those. And we've got these other lines that are making money. So yeah, there we go. Appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you next time.